Recharging. detected. detected. Warning. Sentinel drones activated. One clearing.
I don't know. He might be. He might just be doing an accent. I know Henry Cavill, the Superman guy, is British, and they want him as James Bond too. And he could probably pull it really off because he's a good-looking guy and everything. Good actor too. Hey Omar, what's up? I just unmuted my stream, Omar. What's going on, Omar? What's going on with you, Omar? Is your parents? What are they saying about the Gaza Strip, Omar? And Israel. Omar said he's reading a book from school. Oh yeah, no. You know, they take a lot of history out of the books in school now. You know, like they say, like World War II. I think in Omar's school they say they don't teach World War II. The teachers actually don't teach it. They say it was a dark period or something. And they closed the. Yeah, they closed it. No. No, it's true. They closed the chapter on it because they say it was a dark period. It was you know. So they don't want to teach that stuff. The teachers are really like woke and stupid like that, dude. How do you erase history? Why? There's a dark period, some bad things happen, so you erase it? Schools are so fucking... Uh-oh. Omar said... What'd you say, Omar? Omar said... Hold on. Omar said, well, my dad told me stuff, but I'm not sure I can say that on the internet. Oh, about the Palestinian, about the Gaza Strip and Israel? It's alright, Omar. I have to say. Also, I'm learning about World War II now with a different teacher, but she won't talk about it in other areas, just Wisconsin. Yeah. Well, that's what they do now. They censor history. Because, you know, I remember my old history teacher used to always talk about how important learning history was. That not to repeat it, right? Because if we learn history, you know, we have a tendency, hopefully, you know, that we won't repeat history. That's the whole point of learning history. Well, you know, now it's censored and selective history, so... What's the point of even teaching history at this point? We might as well just teach about fucking unicorns and rainbows. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of teaching history at this point if you're gonna pull out pages from the book? You know? I'm sorry, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in censoring shit, dude. I just don't fucking buy it. I don't believe in it. She was like, well, maybe because you will learn about it next year. Yeah, okay, yeah, next year. Yeah, when the history books are fucking taken away completely. And you'll get a pamphlet on how to fucking shoot up heroin. That might get me banned from YouTube. Oh well. No, it's fucking true. They'll give pamphlets like that. You know, they'll give a pamphlet like, oh, you're gonna do heroin, do it this way. You know, inject it in, blah, 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 in the vein, and blah blah blah, and then don't do too much or you'll overdose, and to have a good high. And meanwhile, but they'll take... Yeah. I get it, man. In the bus? Oh, God. The whole story sounds crazy, dude. How do we know these people? Yeah. Wow, so you did some good work, fuck change. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it malignant? Like, what the fuck is it? Like, yeah. Talks about that Alex Jones shit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I see. Yeah. Where is he getting this information from? God. It's like, you know what it is with these people? It's too boring. Like that, like a natural, like a climate drought or some sort of wind. That sounds too boring. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it has to be like a Star Wars thing or something. It's got to be fantastical, right? All this shit. Yeah. I know, but how could you, like, why do they go, like, it's like the flat earthers, it's like they want to believe the most insane thing, but it's like, kind of like, I don't know, man, there's always, look, what's Occam's razor, or whatever, what is it called? It's like the simplest solution is usually the most fucking likely. That's it. You gotta apply that, yeah, and that's it. That's life, dude. That's like 95% of the times, Occam's razor is just turns out like, oh, well, there's, somebody murdered, somebody's wife got killed. It's like, well, look into the husband, because 90% of the times the husband did it. And guess what? In law enforcement, that's usually the case. 90-something% of the time, the husband did it. It's like, you know, it's not like, oh, well, you know, maybe this happened or maybe that happened. It's like, dude, just go with the simple, you know, go with the plausible, the simple, because usually that's the overwhelming odds. You know what I mean? And every once in a while, you got some weird, you know, John Benet Ramsey nuanced case going on. I still think the parents had something to do with that, but you always have a weird case every now and then, right? I know. And somehow, like, they fucking... Did they get away with it or something? They got away with that case, I think, right? I know, yeah, it's weird shit. I know. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, shit like that. Like, you know, unless it's a very complicated case. But, like, most of the times, the cases that aren't that complicated, it's just like, it's you know, it's Occam's razor, pretty much. It applies to everything. It applies to everything. And when you start thinking all these conspiracies and this, that, the other thing, you just sound like a fucking stupid nut job. You really do. Hate to say, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Sure, it makes life interesting. Go read a comic book. Go follow Superman. Yeah, I rather learn about ask me a question like, who'd win in a fight, Thor versus Superman? I'd rather go into the details of that than a conspiracy theory. Really? Because I like my superheroes back in the day. I don't like what they're doing with them in cinema lately, but I like superheroes and I like to talk about stuff like that. So it's like if I'm going to dive into fantasy, right, instead of a conspiracy, I'll talk about who'd win in a fight, Superman or Thor. And it's like, oh, well, Thor's magical and he's the son of Odin and he's a god and he comes from Asgard and blah, 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 blah. And Superman is a Kryptonian, is powered by the yellow sun, and he's, you know, got limitless strength. You know, I'd rather go into into a debate like that because it's fun and it's fictional. We all know it's fictional. Than getting into, like, oh, is the earth flat or not? Because that's just going to cause somebody to yell at somebody eventually. Because somebody is just going to say, you're fucking stupid, the earth's not flat, shut the fuck up. You know, at the end of the day, like, who's going to fucking, like, only a retard's going to, you know, really try to think that, you know, try to argue a flat earth theory. You know, talk about a superhero then. Talk about Wolverine, or talk about something that, you know, a hobby thing or something. Talk about fucking Darth Vader, you know? Because at least if you talk about something like that, it's like, okay, well, you're a nerd, but it's kind of cool. But no, they have to, like, oh, I don't follow that. I got to talk about bigger things, like, you know, like this, like, you know, like the frogs. I guess they get more of an audience that way, you know, that's the thing. It's like when you talk about, like, stuff that has a slight potential of being reality, you get a little bit more of an audience. Yeah. Ah, fuck them. Comic books are for gay babies. Alex Jones, he's a real man. You see when he rips his shirt off on TV? Oh, he does like crazy shit like that. He rips his shirt off. He's completely nuts. His fat body and everything, his fat stomach. Dude, he took his shirt off. I swear to God, you can probably get the clip on YouTube. I'm not even gonna look for it, but he took his shirt off. He's like, you want to see how pissed off this government makes me? You want to see how pissed off this government makes me? He starts like snarling and shit, like, and he starts pulling his shirt off and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, but he like had no body whatsoever. He's like a big fat like beer belly. It's like it's like, oh my God, like at least have like a body to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? If you're gonna do something like that, rip your shirt off, at least like have like some sort of like muscles. Then yeah, he's like a fat Hogan. He's like a swollen liver. Looks like he drinks too much. Hogan's lies, dude, is so funny too. I was like, he was lying again. He said he brought Simon Cowell into America. What else did he say? Oh, he said so many lies recently. Dude, everything he says is a lie. He brought Cyndi Lauper into wrestling. He said everybody knows that she got it. Well, she was friends with Captain Lou Albano. It wasn't Hogan. Dude, Hogan takes credit for everything. Like, he lies and takes credit for everything. You gotta see all the lies, dude. It's like he's starting to become like a meme on the internet because of his lies, dude. He lied. Everything he says is a lie. Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. He died young, right? Did he die young? Because it was Wade, I think, right? Cyndi Lauper's still around. She looks great. She has that annoying voice. She has that annoying voice, right? That, like... Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, God, the weatherman. Did she sing us? He should... Oh, my God. Jesus. He didn't know she was Cyndi Lauper? He didn't know she was... Did he know she was Cyndi Lauper? Oh, he knew. Okay. Wow. That's like an epic story. Yeah, Cyndi Lauper was a big deal during that time, and she had a couple of #1 hits, man. You know, she had a couple of pretty big #1 hits. She had the Goonies, right? Good enough. Whatever the fuck. And then she had the the Goonies soundtrack, and she had the that other one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good song too. You ever see her perform it live? It's a good live. She does a good live performance of it. It's a good song. It's called "Good Enough." I heard she hates singing it in real life because it's the one song everybody requests like more than anything because of the fucking movie. Like, sing "Good Enough." Good enough. Dun, 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 dun. And then she had a really popular song. She had one really popular song, besides Good Enough. Was it Time After Time? Time After Time. Yeah, I think that was the one. And then she had Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That was super popular. But Time After Time was super popular because, you know why? They used it with, like, wedding anniversaries and things. It was used it was, like, used a lot, that song. In movies and stuff. Very popular song, Time After Time. Yeah, right, is she? Oh my god, really? Yeah. Good enough for you. Yeah. What the fuck she did? That's a good song, man. I don't know, I like it. Fuck it. I'm down with it. It sucks because her career kind of like, you know, who knows what happened. Maybe she wouldn't blow a certain fucking music producer like the rest of them do. Because that's how that shitty music industry is. It's like, you know, you only go so far with what you do for people, you know? They're probably like some fat, like, record, like Harvey Weinstein guys. Like, oh, you know, Cyndi Lauper, we have a nice, we have some new song for you that we want. It's guaranteed to be a #1 hit, but you know, one has to scratch one back for the other one to scratch the other. You know what I mean? like he's unbuckling his belt. And she probably looked at him like she's probably so repulsed she didn't want to do it. The lady like Madonna would have did it no problem. Madonna's like, I'll do it. And that's why Madonna had like a bigger career. Yeah, that's what it really was, dude. The casting couches with these music industries and these movies and stuff, they had to do a lot. Oh yeah. Sure. Like you don't think Madonna did it? Like probably like God knows how many times. Of course she did. I don't believe that she. Yeah, and I'm not gonna say shit. And fuck it. I'll enjoy it my time and my millions, and I'll get therapy if I have to later on, and I'll just ignore it and put it in the back burner. I mean, it's fucked up, but they do it, you know, because hey, what did they get it? You know, you get some. Look, it's money, dude. Like what? People like you know, you look at all these people that go on these game shows or put their children in jeopardy on these shows and things. Like you know, all for money. So if they're willing to do that, dude, if they're willing to like have their child lose weight and become half anorexic to fucking do a part in a movie or something, it's like they'll do whatever, you know, at that point. Like there are people will just do anything. I hate to say it. Look at these parents that had the kids hanging out with Michael Jackson. Like even Chris Rock was like, he's like, what kind of mother and father, knowing Michael Jackson of his previous allegations, it's going to be like, okay, hon, you can hang out with this 40-year-old man in his room while we leave. It's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? They know what they're fucking doing. There's I like Bellator, yeah. I know. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's fucking, I don't know. You know, people, you know, think things are like once in a lifetime opportunities and shit, but then it's like, yeah, maybe you should think this one through. You know, fucking stupid people out there. There's a lot of dumb people out there, dude. Really dumb. Makes us look like we're fucking geniuses next to these people. Fucking retarded people out there, really. Fucking dumb people. Dumbass motherfuckers, you know? Yeah, but you wouldn't let your kid hang out with Michael Jackson. I hate to say it, but not like a middle-aged Michael Jackson that already was accused of things in the past. It's not like, like you can be like, all right, yeah, I'll let my 9-year-old hang out with him. What's the problem? They're looking at the fact that he's a billionaire, and maybe if the kid gets in good with him, that maybe he'll help the family out. That's all they were looking at. Yeah. Family Guy. I remember Family Guy. Family Guy was like they made a joke with Michael Jackson because they were talking about, oh, Michael Jackson. Yeah, what do you think about the kids and all that? And they're like, oh yeah, I don't like that. But then Peter Griffin's like, he has good music though, and they're like, yeah, that he does. And everybody agreed and just changed the subject. It always goes back to that. His music is pretty good, so it's like he gets a free pass. It's so fucked up, because imagine he didn't have good music. Oh my god, it's he would be so villainized if he didn't have good music. Keep that in mind. If Michael Jackson didn't have good music, he'd be way more villainized than he is. He'd be Harvey Weinstein. It's just the fact that his music was pretty fucking bopping, and it helped his case a bit. I mean, look, he's one hell of an entertainer. You watch his music, you watch his fucking YouTube videos, your eyes are glued on this guy, man. I mean, can anybody truly say, oh, Michael Jackson's not entertaining? No, he was the best, pretty much, at what he did. I mean, I'm not defending, whatever he did in his personal life, but the guy was a good fucking entertainer, and he had good songs. What do you want? It's the same thing when they have the posters of the missing girl or something, and it's if the girl's usually fat or ugly, nobody seems to give a fuck. But if the girl's really pretty, it's really pretty, and everybody says, oh, that's a shame. I hope they find that. I hope they find it. That's a shame. See, yeah, but I would go further. I would just say ugly. I would say it's ugly more because, you know why? Because I'll tell you why. Because even with that recent accident in the conduit with the guy that crashed into the FedEx car, it was a black girl got killed, and she was actually very pretty. And I looked at her and I said, oh, that's a shame. She was a cheerleader. I was like, she was very pretty. Now, if that was a fat, ugly white girl, would I have reacted the same? No, probably not. So I think it's ugly. It has nothing to do with white, black, or anything. I think it's the fact that if the person is hideous looking, you tend to feel less bad. Now, I don't know why that is. I guess maybe people look at the potential, oh, she was so attractive, she had such a future ahead of her. I don't know what that is, but it just tends to be if the person is completely hideous looking, it tends to be oh, that's a shame, it's kind of, I feel bad. But all right, what are you doing next Friday? The subject doesn't stay on tune. The subject doesn't stay in tune as much. I hate to say it. And that's what it feels like. I could be wrong. Get the mic not muted here. I don't really care. But I could be wrong, but I feel there's something to that. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm waiting for Omar. Said he'd be right back. He has to read some book or something. But what do you call it there? But it's always like that. It's people are weird. People say don't judge a book by its cover. It's everybody judges a book by its cover. I hate to fucking say it. Yeah. Yep. Sure. I think you're going to be labeled. That's what people are going to remember for the rest of everything. And, it's going to take quite a bit for you to fix that. You're going to have to be... I mean, look, I've met people that are, kind of rough around the edges. You know what I mean? My friend Danny. I don't know if you ever met him. I think you met him. He's a little rough around the edges. They're, growing up, not many kids liked him and shit. He was kind of an asshole. But he was a good friend of mine. And I was just and I always, whenever I brought him out and stuff, I would warn people about him. I'd say, listen... He's a little bit, he may be disagreeable or say a certain thing you may get mad at. Just, he doesn't mean it, or he doesn't he doesn't come from a bad place. He's a good person. Like, he'll buy you a drink. He's like not a bad, but he'll say stupid things sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's kind of like, I warn people about that, And maybe Joe would do the same thing, right? Maybe like if Joe goes to like Manhattan. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say. That's okay. Well, I'll drop that subject. But anyway, yeah, this is why using the mic sometimes is not a... Yeah, alright. But, so anyway, my friend Danny, like I said, and he would, I'd have to warn people. Sometimes he'll say something that, may be disagreeable or something. He never fought with anybody, though. So... Did you ever meet Dan? I think you met him once or twice. I think I brought him to the bar a couple of times when you went out. He's kind of like my age. He's big, though. He's like your height or something. He's kind of like... He used to drink the Heineken beers. Italian kid. Yeah, as a kid I grew up with. He used to live down the block from me. I used to bring him out with me sometimes. He was a good friend of mine growing up. I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know what the hell's going on in his life. I guess he was a really loyal friend, like really loyal. Like he like the type of kid, like if you needed something, he'd be there, Even though, like I said, that's why I always said he's rough around the edges, but he's got a pretty good heart. He's a good person. But the thing is and he's not stupid. He's actually smart. It's just that he's rough around the edges, Like as a kid, introducing him to my other friends was not always a good thing. They didn't like him. Most of my other friends didn't like him. They would fight with him, argue with him all the time. Oh, they found out Danny was coming. They're like, I'm not. All right, Danny's coming. I'll see you later when he's not there. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't like him because they felt he was like a bully and shit, but he really wasn't. It's just that's how he was. He just wasn't like that with me. It's just that, but he had again rough around the edges type of personality. So, if you got to know him, he actually was pretty cool, But if you got turned off by him right away, then he would see that, and he probably would be a dick to you. He always give everybody a chance, man. He made friends with the weirdest people, he was like a type of guy that would even be friends with somebody like Fat Anthony, he wasn't a bad person. It's just that he was, again, if Fat Anthony annoyed him, forget about it. He would destroy Fat Anthony, he'd abuse the shit out of him. He was that type, he didn't want to tolerate shit, and I understand that. What a fucking subject, huh? Fat Anthony. Does he? No, he doesn't. Nobody's. Oh, he's got the cat now. He puts cats in his stories. He puts pictures of his cat with him all the time now. He must have been so depressed he had to get a cat. I know. I know. We were thinking about getting another cat over here, but it's going to be sometime in a few months if we do. But I don't know. Who knows if it'll ever happen? Things just seem to be so fucking slow moving lately. So I wouldn't mind a cat, but with her, everything's got to be a certain way, and you can't just get it, So it's yeah, all right, whatever. I don't even fucking say it. I gotta get rid of it. Yeah, the real feral ones I don't really want, you know, because they say they never really get out of that, unfortunately. Yeah. But he got better. Wow. And he's good now? Wow, so he was a little bit tricky in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. I know, they get attached, these animals, you know, they get attached. Yeah. Sure. I mean, it's got to be hard for an animal, you know, especially like when you're feeding them and they don't have a means to like hunt and shit. And they're like, you're the food man, and then you're going away. They're like, well, where is this guy going? Like he goes away every day. It's like we know he comes back at a certain time, but it's like if you don't come back at that specific time, you know, like they don't understand where the fuck you went and shit. And it's like, then how do they know? They may think the worst. Like you're never coming back, and now they're gonna starve to death. Yeah. Yeah. And then they get really fat, yeah. Yeah, I think my sister did that with the other, because she wasn't around a lot, Debbie, so she did that with the white cat. She had like a feeder, pretty much. But they don't always get fat with the feeders, you know? They don't always get fat. Some yeah, it's really bad, they say. We used to, yeah, the dry food is really bad, because it's like the grain and the gluten and shit. They don't fucking digest it properly or something. Yeah. The wet food is way better, they say. Remember at one time they said the dry food was better than the wet food? I remember that back in the 90s and shit. And we say tartar control and it's good for their teeth and blah blah blah.